I had a deal back in like 2013 that was a landscaping business in St. Louis where I am. And they kind of called me in a panic. And I'd talked to the guy a few times over the years, but I was doing hybrid lending. So he was looking for a commercial loan against his landscaping business. He'd originally done an SBA loan with National City Bank. National City failed during the recession and was acquired by PNC. I won't bore you to death with how those acquisitions work, but you can basically segment these loans. And he was segmented in the bucket that was kind of like, we're going to watch this. And so what PNC ended up doing was selling a big book of loans to a private equity firm. And this, as any of you have been in finance before, know a private equity firm's not paying dollar for dollar. You're paying 10, 15 cents on the dollar for that. So his loan at that point was originally $2 million, and it was a real estate, equipment, all sorts of stuff glommed together. He owed about 1.3 on it, and he had a building worth $1 million. If you took just that loan out, that equity firm probably bought it, was part of a package, but percentage wise, it was like $130,000 to $200,000. So right there, if you're that PE firm, you say, he owes me $1.3 million, but we only owe 200 against it, and we've got $1 million building. They immediately put him into default and said, you've got 30 days to cure or we're foreclosing. And his attorney fires off a letter and, more legalese than this, but said, you can't put him into default. It's an SBA loan. We've been paying as agreed. And they said in even more legalese terms, we don't need the SBA. Effectively, the SBA would never have been part of that. So it's the long answer for you, Drew, is it really depends on what the bank's thinking is there. Even on conventional credits, the point of a covenant at the small business level, it's different when you're talking about PE firms or family offices or large corporate. But the point of a covenant in a small business group at most banks is to say, let's monitor their performance. Let's catch something before it's a problem. Ideally, that's what that bank would be doing. But if you're in violation of a covenant, they technically could put you into default and say, go somewhere else. Now, the reason you did an SBA loan most likely in the first place is because conventional financing wasn't available to support what you were doing. So most of those instances, there's nowhere to go. So that bank would either have to just continue working with you, or if they were being really stubborn about it, would put forward something that says, you have to get out, and they hope they never have to enforce their guarantee.